Good afternoon, light workers. This is Oya Transformation, and this is your daily Oracle reading for July the 8th, 2020. It's Wednesday, and I am feeling every bit of the hump, and I'm coming to you to say, don't let that hump break you. I had to stop. I started very early in this day and was stopped a good 4 to 5 hours in because I'm retired. And when you're retired, you're not supposed to be tired. That's my theory. Because then maybe you need to retire. Anyway, the cards have been shuffled. Holy Spirit through me. The ancestors have been called. Spiritual guides and the divine masters have all in agreement said this is the theme for today. No. Okay? Wait, postpone, pause, say no. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm one of those driven people, and I think yes is the answer to everything. But what I have come to know is an off-balanced yes does not necessarily get the job done in a way that's best for all. Because somewhere in that communication needs to be a checkpoint. You know, we talk about checkpoints in the government and how they've gone to hell in a handbasket because each judicial, executive, and I forget the other one, but all the branches had checks and balances, so nobody got out of hand. And it's the same thing with my energy. As I walk on this world, I have wonderful ideas and wonderful ways of being and ways I would like to show up in the world, with kindness, with love, with open arms for those who are in need, and for those who behave as though they are in need but will never ask. But if I run myself down, I'm empty. So an empty vessel cannot feed itself, much less anybody else. So the word for today was no, which says to me, my yeses are out of balance. And so I come to you to share healthy moving in the world only comes when the yeses and nos are in balance. And so I stopped. I took the pause. I took a cold shower, which is truly medicine. I sat down and I meditated for an hour, and I feel like I can show up again in the world in a way that I can be proud of. And when I'm tired, I'm not bringing my best self. When I'm irritated, I'm not bringing my best self. When I have weighed down my responses with more yeses than I needed to, I'm not bringing my best self. Okay. Which brings about the second card that supports this reading, which is compassion. And, you know, I can't bring compassion to you, be compassionate with you, when I have not been compassionate with myself. If I didn't check in with my spirit and see exactly where I am right now and what it is that I need before I walk around, stomp around, move around in the world, I can't show up as my best self because I'm cavitating. So what you're going to get is frustration and anger and even if not that, you're not going to get the kindness and the warmth that I believe is one of my gifts. So check in with yourself, because we want to be supportive of one another, and we can't be supportive. I'm talking about me. I can't support you when I got resentments because I didn't take care of me. I didn't honor my rest. So I let you walk all over, because I think I ought to be able to. You know, those oughts and shoulds will kill you for sure. I ought to be able to be my best self, and that requires a certain amount of rest and relaxation and emptying of my busy get it done mind and do nothing. So I started this one off pretty fast and got into a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm slowing it down now, and Spirit willing, tomorrow I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to do less of what I've been doing for today. So the next card that supports compassion is the 3 of the throat chakra. Well, if the throat chakra doesn't help you put things in order, I don't know what does. If you've been blocking it and not allowing it to keep things in order for you, clear it. There's some things that need to be said, say it. Am I speaking my truth? Am I using my words to protect myself, to shield myself, to show myself up in the world in the most beneficial way for all those who would hear, as well as all those I would help? So, from my throat chakra comes no. No resentment. There are things that I have to say. There were things that I was born to say. There are things that spiritually come through me that can only be said the way I would say them, so that they would be heard by more than a few. But I'm not going to be able to bring that up and out if my yeses are weighing me down. Yeah. So the final card of this reading for this day is the initiation of air. Now, the 24 reduces to a 6, and that other one was reduced to a 6. One of the others. So we had 2 6s today, which speak to fantasy and imagination, but more importantly right now, from its higher space, original ideas. And what it talked about is initiation by air, spoke of the balance between intellectual knowledge and spiritual discipline. Because a mind that is full of intellectual knowledge, that does not empty daily, and whatever practices you have in giving this stuff back to spirit for a balanced understanding of the things that you took in for a day, does not allow you to show up as your best self. Does not allow me to show up as my best self. And what I wrote that this meant to me as I studied this thought is, the mind developed without a loving spiritual practice can be a frightening weapon rather than a liberating sword. So, I speak for me, and knowledge drives me. But I can pile but so much on, along with all of my yeses. And if I don't check in with spirit, the order of things becomes inappropriate. My responses become too heavy-handed. Compassion is lost. So this is the message for today. Check in with your spirit. Are your no's and yeses in balance? Is compassion running through you? It can be with a pause. It can return with a pause. I'm asking you to take time out to go in so that we can respond from our highest good and not from a hurried, confused, ugly place. So thanks for listening, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Have the best day, filled with compassion, with kindness, and the knowing that no's are okay. No is in place to keep us in alignment. Namaste.